MMA Now, powered by Film On TV Network.
Now you're slated next week to fight Bryan Caraway, UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. You're ranked fourth right now. He's eighth. Is this a fight you wanted, or did you want someone in the top five?
Rankings don't really mean anything. I think Caraway's a tougher fight over Almeida and Garbrandt. I think the Garbrandt and Almeida guys, they're just people who are still kind of making their way up. Caraway is a seasoned veteran, hasn't been finished in God knows how long, and I don't think he's ever been finished inside the UFC, actually. I know Diego Brandao stopped him on the show, but Brandao was a 45er, and Caraway was a pretty small 45er. And, man, his grappling is second to none in terms of anybody else in the division. So I'm excited to test myself, and that's pretty much why I wanted this fight so much. It was more so about the challenge than anything else. And I finally got him to step up to the plate. I think he knew it was a tough fight. I know it's a tough fight, but I wanted the tough fight. I think that's the difference between us two. And that's the difference between the men and the boys.
Now you said if you finish Caraway, you would call for a title shot. If you don't, you want the winner of Garbrandt and Almeida. Even if it's a strong decision win, you wouldn't want a title shot next?
Yeah. My thing is the performance. I think I more so said that to motivate myself to definitely strive and push to get a finish and add to the collection of people I strangled or pummeled. So I think that's what I want. That's what I want, man. I want to go out there. I want to go out there and dominate. That's pretty much what I'm looking to do. And if I could do that against a guy like that, I think it warrants a title shot. I think his notoriety, his name value far exceeds a Garbrandt or a Thomas Almeida. But TJ's fighting a Sunsow. I think that's probably the real number one contender fight. But I think if I could go out there and put on a crazy performance and get the stoppage, I think that would be the way for me to leapfrog all these other guys.
Last question. You're undefeated. There really hasn't been a close fight for you lately. How do you visualize yourself finishing Caraway if that's your prediction?
You know what? Caraway, he's a tough dude. I've seen him take some crazy hard shots and just kind of keep walking forward like a zombie to try to get the fight to the ground. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a great fight. It's definitely gonna be tougher than most people think, but I think once I get into a dominant position, I will finish him. And I think for some reason I feel like I'm gonna break him, and I will break him at some point. I will break him in that fight, and I will get my hands around his neck and strangle the dude.
Aljamain, we wish you the best. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me.
That's Aljamain Sterling, UFC bantamweight, ranked number 4th right now in the world.
MMA Now, powered by Film On TV